It's another lady of the house kind of day, and today I'm going to talk to you about decluttering and how that fits into the lady of the house method. Welcome back, ladies. I received a comment recently asking about decluttering, and I thought that it would be a really good time to discuss it just because, well, I did some decluttering and I took all of my things that I decluttered out of my home to Goodwill, and it just feels really good. And I think it's a good time around this time of the year. Now, I've also been reading more of this Simplify Your Christmas, which is by Elaine St. James. My sister-in-law gave this to me last year, and it's not a book that you just pick up and read from cover to cover. It has more, like, you know, just little snippets here and there and little stories and whatnot and just ideas. I would say that this isn't a book trying to convince anybody that you should simplify your Christmas. It's more of a book that if you've been thinking you want to simplify things, then it's almost like permission for you to do that, and ideas of what other things you might be able to do instead, but still to enjoy this season. So for myself, I know that within this season, I definitely wanted things to be a lot more simple than they have been. So this has been a good book for that. But you know when it's a great time to declutter is whenever you know you need to declutter something. I feel like it's the most obvious answer. Just when you know it needs to be done. I feel that that's the biggest portion of the lady of the house method, is you are in control of your home. That you know that you have this role that you are playing, and you are making sure that your home runs smoothly because you're the lady of the house, and so you're the one to decide all of these things. So you don't have to wait for a day. You can just know that this space is really bothering me. I need to declutter. And you're going to do that, and you're not even going to set a timer, because sometimes things take a while, and that's okay. And then when you're done, you feel great. That's what I did the other day, and I feel great. I feel great that I went through the bottom portion of my hutch. I feel great that I was just able to get a lot of books out of there that I know I'm not going to read again. Sure, a lot of them were books that I enjoyed at one time, but I'm not going to read them again. So I just want to bless somebody else with them. And then my daughter went through her bedroom and organized some things, and so she got rid of some really big stuffed animals that were taking up way too much space in her room. I went through the living room, and my living room has been bothering me for a while because I feel like upon entering my home, it just feels like there are so many different pieces of furniture. And not only that, but just straightening out the wingback chairs that I had in there all the time, every day, every time I tidied the house. It was just kind of frustrating, you know? It's kind of like how you feel maybe if you have way too many throw pillows. If you're constantly having to pick them up, then maybe it's a good idea just to limit your throw pillows, because you don't want to give yourself all that extra work, and most of the time they're on the ground anyway. So something like that. But anyway, what I ended up doing was decluttering. I gave my friend 2 of the wingback chairs, and I have 2, but one of them is in my daughter's room, and we want to keep that one. I thought that we were going to get rid of 3, but looking back at it now, I'm glad that we kept both, because when we have a movie night, it's that extra chair that we're going to need. So that way everybody has a seat in the house. And anyway, when I was at Home Goods the other day, I found a new sofa, and I had been, like I said, a little irritated at my all the many pieces of furniture that I had within my living room, and I knew I wanted to do something about it. And I had been searching for a while, you know, different sofas, and I had in my mind one that I would like, and then I found one when I was at Home Goods, and what I really like about it is that the chaise can go on the right or the left side, and the cushions on the bottom portion, they could just be flipped at any time, which is nice. And it's a color that I wouldn't have normally gone with, but I feel like as the lady of the house, we also need to be very honest about our season of life and what kind of things may not be appropriate for our home at different times. And let me tell you, a light couch is not appropriate for my home right now, and especially for my stress level and just feeling as if my home is nice and clean. So yeah, that is one thing that I'm really glad to have now, is a sofa that if a little dirt gets on it, it's not going to be, you know, something that I'm going to notice right away. But I'm trying to feel like, does it match the house? You know, is the decor flowing? I'm not so sure just yet. But I mean, everybody loves the sofa, and my husband especially loves it. So that makes me happy that everyone's comfortable with it. And one of the things that I'm really enjoying is just cuddling up with the kids on there, or my husband, and, you know, just having that, because I feel like when we had those chairs, that was missing. That part was missing. So I was always a little sad about that. But anyway, it's just nice to declutter. And something else I took out of there was the coffee table. Just put it out. Said, you know, it was for anybody for free, and the neighbors came and took it. So I think that made their day. And then another little side table, but I gave that to my friend as well with the chairs. So anyway, it just feels good. It feels good to declutter. This is a great time to declutter, and any time is a good time to declutter. Whenever you feel like there's a need for it, whenever you feel like you're trying to put things away and it is difficult for you to put something away, sometimes that's the time to just stop, empty out that drawer, and really consider, what do you really need? And then always have something going, whether it's a bag, whether it's a box, something for donation. And even having something just already in your bag, or in the back seat, or in the trunk, then it makes it easy just to put in there. And whenever you're doing your errands, or, you know, things like that, maybe the stop at Goodwill or wherever you like to take your items, maybe that's something to put on your list for your errand day, to make sure that you cover that. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you when it comes to the lady of the house method and how do you work decluttering in there. That's what I like to do. So please let me know in the comments below if you have anything that you regularly do to make sure that you're decluttering. I like to make it just a normal part of life. Especially, we go through different seasons of our lives. You know, when you have kids that are really small, then they get to the point of not needing so many toys. So making sure that you're going through those things at the appropriate time, and not waiting to where then you just get frustrated because you know the kids don't play with the toys, and you know, it's like there's a season for everything. So just making sure that you're dealing with things in the appropriate season, I think is good. Blah. Anyway, so I would love to hear what your method is for dealing with clutter and decluttering items, or what method did you find to be very helpful for you, especially if you found yourself to be struggling with that at some point. And in my masterclass before, I think I mentioned that, you know, when you're ready to go into start using the lady of the house method, the ones that it will be the most beneficial for are the ones that have already graduated past all of the things that someone's texting me, all of the things that are difficult, you know, that maybe you have to work through. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that, is that it's mainly about maintenance and not really having a really big to-do. So anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really hope that this inspired you in some way, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.